was just thinking of scariest car story. I'm like, I don't know what that
Do you
is.
have one?
Just driving in general?
Or you were a passenger? Any scary story where you're in a car or car related?
I would talk about like in terms of like speed.
Mine isn't necessarily about speed. It just has to do with something real street level.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that was my scariest car story. But
I don't know. We don't talk about a time like I was basically like crying when I was driving because I thought I was gonna die.
wait, hang on a second. Wait. hang on a second. We should just start right here with this one, okay? All right. So hang on a second. Your scariest car story has to do with crying?
Well, I ended up crying.
Oh my God! You wound up crying?
I was crying when I was driving.
Wait. Hang on, bro. Hang on. You were driving.
Mm-hmm.
You were also crying, yes?
Yes.
But then that crying caused you to become scared?
I was so scared that I started crying.
What were you scared about? I mean, I was ready to make fun of you. Now I feel bad.
But no, this Western Massachusetts. I was going to Amherst, right, to pick up a relative of mine. And then it was downpouring, or it just started downpouring out of nowhere.
What year was this? How old were you?
This was last summer.
Oh,
This was last summer.
oh my!
Western Mass. I don't know where the fuck I was. I mean, I had an idea, but like, out of nowhere, it just started pouring.
Yeah.
And at the time, my car had a slow leak. I had a tire fell. I had pumped it up before, but I was like, all right, I'll be fine. But then it just started pouring. Like, when I was driving, so many cars were pulling over the side of the road to stop. I just kept going. I was driving my hazards on, going mad, going really slow.
Yeah.
And then I really just thought I was gonna die because I had no
God.
service either.
I'm
So
a horrible person.
I didn't have anyone to call to because I physically couldn't call anyone because I had no service. That's where I was in freaking Western Massachusetts. So
It is pretty, wooded out there.
it is.
But no, my scariest car story has nothing to do. Well, it has nothing to do with speeding. But yeah, my scariest car story doesn't have anything to do with speeding or anything. But it's anyway. Shout out to my friend Alex. There's a friend Alex.
Were you a passenger or were you driving?
I was a passenger in this car.
Oh god.
Yeah. So yeah, this car was I think a 93 or 90. No. It was I think this car was a 1988 Civic, 2-door Civic, white.
1998?
1988.
1988. 2-door Civic?
1980, something like that. Yeah.
Manual?
It was a manual, and it was white. So I remember I was in the back, and it was very.
You were in
small.
the back?
I was in the back of this
Back
thing,
seats?
and my knees
Yo,
were like.
What the heck?
My knees were up on my ears in the back of this car. You know what I'm saying? This was like. Okay, this is like 2000, 2001, early 2001-ish, okay? And we're on Long Island, we're driving around, it's my buddy's car. Actually, no, I meet him at his house. We meet him at his apartment. We meet my buddy Alex at his apartment, and I've never driven anywhere with Alex, but shout out to Alex. I went to elementary school with Alex.
Hey, shout out Alex.
Alex was a drug dealer I was friends with later on in life.
He was an urban pharmacist.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
It's always awesome.
And Rest in Paradise Thumper. He had a 3-legged cat that I loved, by the way, over there. Rest in Paradise Thumper. But Alex, shout out to Alex, my friend Alex. I have no idea what ever happened to Alex. But he was a dealer and everything like that. That was like his whole world, But he was established. He had pets and stuff. He was comfortable doing this whole situation. September 11th happened. Terrorist attacks happened.
Yeah.
And I remember for some reason, like that Christmas, this is a couple months later, going to the mall for some reason to go buy something for the holidays or a gift or something. And I remember seeing him. I was walking, there's like, you know how many entrances there are to malls, right? There's like side entrances, like JCPenney entrances, Macy's, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, I'm walking in one of these entrances, and right through the doors, I touch the door, the same door, it's my buddy Alex. I hadn't seen him in a minute. And I said, Alex, what are you doing? And he goes, going to serve, going over Iraq. I've enlisted, I'm going. Going. After I wear this, I'm going. And I never saw him again. I never heard from him again. I have no idea what happened to him.
Wow.
He made me rethink my whole life when he said that. And I went into the mall shook, like just beyond belief. But anyway, my buddy Alex, he was a dealer. And his car was outside, so he's like, listen, we got to go somewhere really quick, So I was like, all right. By then, it was an old Honda, and it's worth noting that it had zero exhaust at all on the car. When he turned this thing on, dude,
Zero exhaust?
no exhaust system
What's
at
that?
all.
What? So what does that mean?
It was the only thing underneath this car was rust, shaped like an exhaust system. Okay, shaped like an exhaust system. When he turned it, bro, when he turned his car on, I deadass looked him in the face and I said, it was like being asked to crawl into a muffler. I was like, I'm not sure I could do this. He's like, you'll fit. I was like, bro, it ain't the size. You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing is really loud right now. Like, I could not believe that Honda made an engine that if you took all the exhaust off, it would be that loud. It was insane. And this was at idle. This was just, it was insane. We get in this car. My God, we got in this car. This guy puts this thing in gear. We start going. We were terrified. It was such a vibration and racket in this car. We got on Sunrise Highway and we started going west in this car. This car was so loud under throttle, you couldn't talk. We had the windows down. I think the radio was on, but you really couldn't hear it. And all you could hear was this screaming little four-cylinder just dying to die. And us just screaming over it. And so we get into this neighborhood. We pull up to a stop sign. At the same moment we pull up to a stop sign, it was a four-way stop. There was a police officer just stopped at the same time. So my buddy goes, hey, no, my buddy Alex has no problem letting this police officer, this kind police officer, go. So he's like, go ahead, officer. Cop flashes, I'm like, you go ahead. This guy's got to throttle this thing in front of this cop. He's going to blow out windows. Like, my teeth vibrated in the back of this car. I got out of this car, I had a total headache the rest of the night. Like, you couldn't have fun kind of headache. You know what I'm saying? For that, but the scariest car story I ever had was I was trapped in the back of this Civic. Yeah. Unbeknownst to me, with my buddy Alex, who was delivering stuff. He told us we were going to go look at his old apartment when we grew up. That's how stupid I am.
That's what he told you?
Yeah, I was like, oh, word?
You're like, okay.
I was like, man, let's go. Let's see where you grew up. Damn. And I don't think we did that at all. I think he was just doing some sort of deal. And anyway, so no, we didn't get pulled over.
Oh, you didn't?
We did not. We just cruised by.
The officer just didn't say anything. He just kept going on his day.
I got no idea what was going on with that police officer.